source that brought the Apollo to life. When you arrived at the Apollo, you had arrived.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night tonight. And we're going to do it up. No fuss, no fight, just set real tight.
Cooper hasn't changed much over the years, but his message reflects how much Harlem
Don't worry
has.
about it. Stay away from crack. That's it. Stay away from crack and everything is cool.
Everybody that came to the Apollo Theater came with a big heartbeat and a desire to really get out there and entertain an audience that they have heard about, dreamed about, and been told about. And that's why the Apollo is that kind of a feeling. Because when you hit at the Apollo, you can hit anywhere.
Do you think that's still the case?
Yes, oh, definitely. If you think you got it, you want to really know whether you got it, come on up here. Come to the Apollo, and you'll find out whether you got it.
Nicole Jackson seemed awfully nervous for a prison guard, but then she was about to face a much tougher crowd than she deals with behind bars. The audience at the Apollo is as legendary as the theater itself. Veterans like George Bowman show up every Wednesday, hoping to see a future star. Bank Vice President by day, critic at large by night. He helps a newcomer understand what's going on. Came out, they started screaming.
I think they were reacting to her sophisticated appearance. In her whole demeanor, but she had some confidence and looked like she came to do the J.O.B. That's what she's doing right now. She exudes confidence, a little bit of arrogance. That's appreciation on the fly.
This is an audience like no other audience in the whole entire world. The audience is always made to determinations. If the audience thinks you're great, you know, they'll give you a standing ovation. And when you come out and perform for them, if you're not really on the ball, they know you're not on the ball.
He's a little off right now, Steve.
You know, it's a big fright, Meredith, to walk on a stage and all of a sudden look at 1,500 people who are sitting there looking at you, waiting for you to do something, and you have the microphone in your hand, and now you got to do something.
Meters at the Apollo, but there is a siren. When it goes off and the clown comes out, you know it's over. Allison Simmons' hopes of leaving her job as a receptionist was simply booed into oblivion.
I don't think the crowd is really looking for a singer. What they're looking for is someone to give their body to them. That's really what happened.
I want to tell you, things are really rough in here tonight.
I lost the amateur night at the Apollo for a second time. The Apollo Theater is a legend because it's known for presenting so much excellent talent.
Singer Luther Vandross is a major star, but he still remembers his shaky start at the Apollo.
And I think the audience knows what's really good. And they know what's bad. If you're fabulous, they'll cheer. And if you're terrible, they'll boo you.
Eric Smith knew Vandross eventually won amateur night, so he tried singing the performer's hit song. It didn't work.
Then the clown comes out with the cane, and through the whole song, you're singing and you're trying to get into it and you're singing. You leave whatever happens. Don't let that sound go off in the middle of your song. I know it happens to the greatest. It happens to people like James Brown, Luther Vandross, you know. So in a way, it's kind of like an honor. Because you know that the ones before you had to go through it, so it's just a trail you got to follow. It's like looking in the mirror. You say, well, what did I do wrong? You know, so that next time you go out, you know.
I thought Brother Smith was doing pretty good there for a few minutes. I thought he wasn't doing bad.
You ever feel bad, George, that you're breaking someone's heart by not applauding, by booing them, by...
You're not.
Supreme. This little lady is a dream. I'm talking about Mary Moore. Mary Moore.
Mary Moore is one reason why audiences sit through 3 hours of untested talent every week.
I don't want nobody.
Hey.
Every once in a while, they discover someone who belongs on this stage.
Always sitting around.
I was born on a plantation, a cotton plantation. My father was a sharecropper.
Oh,
I
baby.
want nobody.
First music I was exposed to was my father sitting on a guitar. You know, he used to listen to Muddy Waters and you got me right, you got me high.
Would believe that I can have fun. Put on some clothes. And I go out and I have to find somebody for the best as I can. Yes, I will.
She looks like she's comedy good. And if she's expecting that she's going to be good. And she expects you to expect that she's going to be good.
Don't send me no doctor. Fill me up with all of those pills. I got me a man just to feel good.
It would not be a different time. In fact, I will predict that Mary will win.
As it turned out, George Bowman was right. Mary Moore won first prize, $1,000 in cash, and enough confidence to pursue her singing career full-time. The rest of the performers left with only their dreams, but they can always try again. After all, every Wednesday is amateur night at the Apollo.
Thank God they like me.
Mary Louise Moore from Froggy Bottom, Louisiana. All the way to New Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
Way to endorse our tickets on a new carrier. And that's what you can do if you find your flight has been canceled and another airline is leaving soon. Once you board the new flight, 125, there are more delays.
Apologize for the short delay here. We should be ready to go momentarily. Just finishing up the fueling of the aircraft right now.
Then, after refueling, another delay. The tow tractor to pull the L-1011 away from the gate will not start.
I'm missing a lunch appointment. I therefore had to call Chicago. There was a long-distance call and disrupt another man's plans to have him delay the meeting.
Passengers like Arthur Jericho may suffer some financial losses by missing appointments, but airlines say tough luck. They almost always refuse to pay for losses. So if you have to attend any timely event, allow plenty of leeway in your schedule. At least since we are aboard a jumbo jet, which will eventually fly to Europe, we find there are no problems storing carry-on luggage. But in crowded planes, that has become an increasing hassle. So much so that many airlines are now allowing passengers to carry on only one piece of luggage on crowded flights. Back to the delays. We are pulled out of the gate at 11:18. At 11:32, a half hour late, we leave the runway. The flight attendants on board are courteous and helpful, and in fact, their service is not a major complaint at all among passengers. The second most frequent complaint following delays and cancellations is late or lost luggage. The Department of Transportation says TWA is sixth among major airlines in the number of baggage handling complaints, while Lambert's second largest carrier, Southwest, has among the fewest complaints. The large baggage arrived safely without much of a wait at O'Hare. That was not the case on a flight into St. Louis later in the week. On that trip, the wait for luggage from a TWA flight was 45 minutes. If your baggage is very late, contact airline personnel. They may give you money for emergency purchases or reimburse you later. They pay only reasonable expenses, however. If your luggage is damaged or lost, also contact airline personnel immediately. They usually have a loss limit, though, of $1,250. Keep a list of the airline employees you deal with. You may need them in negotiations with the airline, and it always helps if you have receipts to prove your loss. Tomorrow night, we'll look at how you can deal with other common airline problems so you do not find yourself winging it. Lisa Brown, Channel 2 News. And still ahead, Ron with the forecast.
Now, he's got the number for you to call for our travel weather hotline. Grab a pencil and paper. We'll be back in a moment.
Chevy's Truck Month is here. This is the all-new Chevy full-size pickup with more power and payload than Ford. And I think it's better looking. Right now, during Truck Month, your Mid-America Chevy dealers are wheeling, dealing on new full-size or S10 Chevy pickups. Plus, you can save up to $1,900 on popular options if you buy now. Over 3,500 trucks to choose from. With the deals your Mid-America Chevy dealers are giving, the competition will be crushed. Happy Thanksgiving from National Supermarket, where Riverside self-facing young turkeys are just 29 cents a pound with purchase. Delicious Jubilee ice cream, half-gallon cartons now 2 for $3. From the fall harvest, Louisiana sweet potatoes, 3 pounds for $1. Stock up on all your Coca-Cola favorites in big 2-liter bottles, only 98 cents each. Plus, wonderful holiday treats in Al Gross's new Insiders Report at National Supermarket, where lower prices mean bigger savings.
Final days to join Dick Danny for just $13 a month. Ends Monday, November 30th.
America's talking about Corona. Success of Corona is welcome news.
The brave and beautiful Marla Henry.
A one-name phenomenon.
You could have taken anything else, but not my baby.
Geraldo, you'll never know what to expect.
From Fit for Life all the way to the Pritikin Plan, what you can do to lose weight over the fat holiday on the next Geraldo.
Geraldo, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, only on Channel 2.
Well, the travel weather hotline number, again, is still open at 544-5884. And, of course, toll-free. We're answering your phone calls. If you are traveling this Thanksgiving holiday or know someone who will be, pass along our number, toll-free 1-800, the same number, 544-5884. And those who started to travel yesterday had a much better day because today, more than an inch of rain for St. Louis, more than 3 inches for parts of the Channel 2 area, more than 5 inches for Springfield, Missouri, a tornado near Dallas, and they're still having a lot of delays there at the airport, and heavy snows to the north across Wisconsin and Michigan. In the Midwest, it's really a pain. And here's our high temperature today, 46 degrees with rain all day, the low of 39, and officially at the airport, 1.1 inches of rain. However, there's certainly more to report, and we'll have it for you in a second. Right now, it's still light rain and fog, same old story, 44 degrees. Dew point is 44, humidity 100%, wind out of the northwest at 9, and with the fog, Lambert Field, as of last hour, was still reporting the delays of 30 to 60 minutes. Now, through the neighborhood network volunteers, all reporting a lot of rain, and to show you exactly who had what, 2.1 inches of rain at Creed Corps, 2 inches at Chesterfield, roughly is 1 to 2 inches across our area, but as I mentioned, down to the southwest in Beachy-Rolla, we have a report there of 3.2 inches from the official weather reporting station down there. And you can see why plenty of clouds all the way from Michigan down to St. Louis into eastern Texas. And it's a variety of weather that is system from the snow to the north to the thunderstorms and even tornadoes to the south of Texas. It's beautiful in the southwest, clear, Phoenix, L.A., San Francisco, clearing now in Seattle with temperatures in the 40s, but heavy snows now taking in shape for the northern Rockies. Good news for skiers there. For the southeast, clear for the Carolinas and Florida. But you can see plenty of clouds from Louisiana up into Little Rock and St. Louis. And for the northeast, again, the airports are relatively normal now, but they'll be getting clouds and rain tomorrow, and that should slow things down by tomorrow afternoon at places like Boston and New York. Here's the problem spot. We have a tornado about 50 miles north of Texas, 50 miles north of Dallas, Texas. Some damage reported. Nothing for Dallas, but a lot of delays at the airport there. Heavy rains across eastern Oklahoma, more than 2 inches of rain just in the last 3 to 4 hours. So that is going to be continued problem areas with flash flood potential all night tonight. In color, you can see the rain across most of the Midwest. Snow falling now in Wisconsin and North Dakota. And low pressure will plague our weather maps through early Thanksgiving and then hopefully an end to the precipitation and cooler weather. Here's the temperature map for tomorrow. 70s to the south, 30s and 40s to the north for Wednesday. So rain continuing tonight, 46. Northerly wind tomorrow, rain ending with a high temperature of 54. Down the road to Thursday, 50 degrees and hopefully no rain, but a lot of clouds. Friday will be cloudy, 48, and Saturday will be cloudy and 50 degrees. The temperatures won't be changing all that much. I'm sorry, our computer just skipped over our number, but to tell you about it, it's 544-KTVI, 544-5884. And we're here until 11 o'clock tonight. We have 10 to 12 meteorology students. Call all times between 5 and 11 o'clock tonight, and we'll be here again tomorrow. So give us a call if you plan on traveling. It's a free service of Channel 2.
All right, thanks a lot, Ron. Dick is here to tell us about a race car driver who wishes he'd stayed on the ground.
He almost died in the air. Bill Elliott, a harrowing experience in a plane crash. We'll have a story coming up for with us.
Introducing the family sedan made the Mazda way.
Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Mazda 626 are all great family sedans. But the 626 is something special. For starters, it has a much better warranty, 12% more interior room. Plus, it's close to $1,000 less. And just wait till you drive this world-class road car.
Get a great deal at your Greater St. Louis Mazda dealer today. It's spellbinding, the magic of a gift from Jacket Jewelry. The Movado Museum Watch, crafted in Switzerland with an electronic quartz movement, the first watch dial design in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art. Or, at Jacket, the Movado Sapphire Museum Watch, with synthetic sapphire crystal and black chromium case, accurate to within 60 seconds a year. Your Christmas fantasy is real at Jacket Jewelry.
Okay, call me a coward. I just don't like running all over town looking for the perfect Christmas gift. And if I mess up, I'll be sleeping with Harry. I need to think of one place with a lot to choose from. Nothing but big names and real prices. I think I'm in trouble. Harry will sit by me. He's man's best. Yeah, best. When you're thinking of best, no. All natural, no cholesterol, simply delicious. Discover the best kept secret in snack. Charles Chips, now available to everyone.
The race car driver is one lucky fellow.
That he is, that and the pilot.
Along with the others, yeah, incredible.
What an incident today in Hampton, Georgia. You know, on Sunday, one of the superstars of the NASCAR circuit, Bill Elliott, won the Atlanta Journal 500, and in so doing went over the $1 million mark in winnings for the season. But all that money, plus all the close calls he's escaped on a racetrack, couldn't have prepared Elliott for what happened to him today. This morning, he went up in an Air National Guard jet to cut a promotional message for the Guard. The jet he was riding in collided in midair with another National Guard jet. Luckily, Elliott and the pilot survived without injury. Let's go to the words of Elliott sometime after he returned to National Guard headquarters in Georgia.
Well, all I know, we were doing some maneuvers, and we turned, and made a turn, we came back around, and we clipped, got up this thing. It all happened so quick, I really couldn't tell you what happened.
Well, one jet did crash. The pilot ejected himself, though, and Elliott for a while thought he might have to do the same thing.
And he wrote me a little note and gave it to me in the back saying if we lost control, we'd have to eject.
Fortunately, Elliott and his pilot made it back to the ground safely. The other pilot rescued by helicopter. Everyone is all right. Well, as we told you at 5 at 6, after weeks of talks and rumors, the defending Stanley Cup champion Edmonton Oilers has finally traded superstar holdout defenseman Paul Coffey. Edmonton dealt Coffey, Dave Hunter, and minor leaguer Wayne Van Dorp to the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for 4 players.
20-year-old forward Craig Simpson, rookie defenseman Chris Joseph, veteran defenseman Mo Mansa, and center Dave Hanna. Now, Coffey's been holding out all season. Today he signed a contract with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So Coffey signed and going to Pittsburgh. He, of course, played in Edmonton with the great Gretzky, scoring 48 goals as a defenseman rookie 2 years ago. Now he'll be playing in Pittsburgh with Mario Lemieux. And after sitting out so long and waiting, obviously Coffey is pleased.
I was happy. When this whole thing started back September 23rd, I knew the consequences that I could be traded at any time, and I had a few teams in my mind that hopefully I would have been traded to, and Pittsburgh was definitely one of them, and I'm happy.
Well, Coffey of Pittsburgh and Edmonton gets a couple of outstanding young players in Simpson and Joseph. On the ice tonight in the only game in the NHL schedule, the Maple Leafs beat the Islanders 4-3. So look, let's go to the Nassau Coliseum, pick it up with Mikko Makula with a tackle, a takedown. Forget about the sticks in hockey. Come on, Mikkola. Anyway, later third period, the Islanders with Thomas Janssen scoring tied the game at 3 apiece. But the winning goal came with 1:40 left by Al Alafredi. Alafredi with a great move there. Look at this guy on skate. Then he cuts in, brings the puck to his forehand. The puck actually went off the skate of Kenny Morrow into the net. The Leafs win it 4-3. College basketball in the Big Apple NIT tonight. Johnny Orr's Cyclones of Iowa State outdueled Purdue by the NBA score of 104-96. So look, let's go to Mackey Arena in West Lafayette and take a look at the Cyclones in red on defense. Purdue getting it to Melvin McCants. He gets hit in the arm, scores anyway. McCants with the basket. Later on, Jeff Grayer in the low post. The talented Cyclone with 2 of his 28 as he led Iowa State. What a game this was. Troy Lewis stole it. He said, hey, I'm going to pop it from here. He did. He also had 28. 3 of them in that shot right there. Barry Tompkins answered back the other end. They said his foot was on the line, so just a 2-point basket. But it put Iowa State up by 4, and Gene Cady didn't like it. Later, Lefester Rose, one of the newcomers to the Cyclone class this year, in for the layup. Iowa State wins it by 8, going away. In the other game in the NIT, Seton Hall walloped Middle Tennessee State 93-61. Well, the Pistons tonight defeated the Houston Rockets 97-83. So look at that one. Let's go to the Summit in Houston. The Pistons on the road taking a big lead early on. As you see, the beautiful crossover dribble by Joe Dumars, the basket. Pistons led by 24 at halftime. But Allen Level came back with this three-pointer. He had 15 of his 17 in the third quarter. Rockets down by just 7. Then later on, watch the play underneath. Sampson with a rebound. Misses. Elijah cleans up, but it wasn't enough. Pistons win it tonight by 14, and that's it.
Got to stick around just for this next story. The new leader of Santa's group of reindeer is no reindeer at all.
That's right. He was the world's first and only flying moose. You'll see him next.
Those are the ones.
St. Louis Lincoln Mercury Dealers Buy Now sales drive is on. A great selection, immediate delivery and financing. And here's news. Lincoln Mercury's new $600 customer cash on Cougar and Sable. With customer cash and a popular equipment package, save over $1,500 on Cougar, $1,400 on Sable. There's $400 on Tracer and Link, too. Buy now. Great deals and trades on everything. The Buy Now sales drive ends Monday. After that, it's bye-bye. See your Metro St. Louis Lincoln Mercury Dealers. Buy now and buckle up for safety.
Bring home something special from Dairy Queen. Frozen cake and lawn. Decorated for any occasion. Your engagement. That means any special day. Dairy Queen frozen cakes and lawns are made especially for you. So celebrate. Order your frozen Thanksgiving cake now at participating stores.
The other day, I went to the department store to get a blouse for my wife, perfume for my mom, and a nice sweater for myself. But when the total came to over $123, I said, goodbye, department store, and hello, Marshall. I saved 20 to 60% at Marshall for the same brand name items department stores carry. I paid a lot less. So, goodbye, department store, and hello, Marshall.
Only
From 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
You've got 2 ways to save at Rossman.
Plan 1 takes 25% more off the already reduced price on Metro St. Louis's largest and most beautiful display of fine furniture.
Plan 2. Buy with no money down and get free financing for 24 months.
So leave your cash, credit cards, and checkbook at home. You don't need them.
Wednesday for 12 hours only.
At Rockland Furniture, all stores.
Well, you're probably familiar with mistletoe and its various uses at Christmas time.
That's right, but have you ever heard of mistletoe? Well, tonight at the American Theater, hundreds of St. Louis area youngsters found out that mistletoe is actually a flying moose character who wants to join Santa's team. Okay, Venture Stores presented Mistletoe's Christmas Dream for disadvantaged St. Louis area children. It's like a great program.
Christmas has a way of sneaking up on you.
I know. Have you done all your shopping?
I haven't even thought about starting. I'm sorry for tonight. Thanks for Jeff.
Good night.
I find it impossible to put it down.
On 2020 Friday, he's taken on the mob, busted Wall Street. Now America's #1 crime fighter comes clean.
I really do believe that confession is good for the soul.
Plus, if your kid is a bully, he's more likely to end up in jail as an adult. How to turn him around before it's too late on 2020 Friday.
Good evening. I'm Karen Gallagher.
I'm Roy Demo. Coming up at the Atlanta prison, armed troops go in and bring dozens of prisoners out.
And St. Louisans are bringing fewer items to a local charity, possibly because of the new tax laws.
Plus our close-up report, Winging It.
Channel 2 News is next. Jack from the box? Now they have taquitos? What do they know about taquitos? I know taquitos, and you know taquitos. They know taquitos? I know they're beef and a con tortilla, and you know they're beef and a con tortilla. Jack from the box? What do they know?
Taquitos is the new Mexican finger food at Jack in the Box restaurant. Breaded beef in a rolled tortilla with guacamole or salsa. Serious food that's fun to eat.
Who knew they knew?
I was out window shopping the other day. Just killing time, and I wound up buying this great Haggis jacket.
2 pair of pants, and I never even knew that they were in.
A half-eaten bologna sandwich, a couple of stale potato chips. I said, look, this can fit my parking space. And I found one about a half a mile away. I said, hey, what do you want? Dinner with my mother? Definitely not the same old story. There's no such nowhere to go. Today, there's so much more to Haggis.
How about annual deductible?
Not with PHP.
You mean I don't have to pay $100 for it?
Nope. PHP starts paying right away.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. If you're better, the doctors you know.
I'm Chuck Buell. Give us a listen on KHPR. We've got a fresh new music mix of the 80s and no doubt. Well, maybe just a few.
Wake up with 103.3 KHPR.
The St. Louis Family. Wishing you and your family a very special holiday season.
This is the award-winning Channel 2 News, St. Louis. Now, Lloyd Emmels, Karen Gallagher, Ron Yaros, and Chip Rozeppa with the 10 o'clock report.
Tension is running high at the federal prison in Atlanta, where Cuban detainees holding 75 hostages are threatening more violence. Good evening. Tonight, troops armed with automatic weapons and gas masks brought dozens of prisoners out of the Atlanta penitentiary.
Authorities say the 100 inmates, mostly Americans, were transferred out of the prison by bus. Not long after that, riot police went in after some of the Cuban prisoners. We have this late report from the scene, WTBC's Richard Everett reports.
At the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, tensions rise as the sun goes down. The detainees find keys to the hospital building and take over at least a portion of it. A phalanx of riot police pour into the building. Speaking on captured prison radios, the detainees threaten to burn the hospital unless the riot police withdraw.
Okay, they're arguing. The two Cubans arguing because one of them wants to send hostages come down to the commission room, and the other one saying that he's not going to let no hostages
Go. Inside the the building, the situation between police and detainees becomes a standoff, and the riot squad withdraws. A stretcher is brought out that is believed to be a Cuban heart attack victim. Then another stretcher, possibly, we are told, an injured guard. Meanwhile, outside, groups gather around police scanners to listen to what, at times, sounds very much like chaos inside.
So they are tense. They are warners of what's going on, you know. I'm pretty sure they are, you know, they're ready, you know. They're ready.
Ready for what?
If the SWAT team start to go in there and make any moves, you know, they'll decide to kill any of the hostages here, I'm pretty sure.
Cuban detainees are still holding about 24 hostages at the federal detention center near Oakdale, Louisiana. Families of the inmates continue to say that the Cubans would rather die than be sent back to Havana, but from all indications, the Cubans are not mistreating their hostages. 2 of the hostages were brought to the gates today to show that they were safe. The second earthquake in 12 hours has rocked the border area of Southern California, 90 miles east of San Diego. Authorities in Westmoreland, California, report 44 people were injured by the tremor, which measured 6.3 on the Richter scale. Roads and walls reportedly buckled and some mobile homes were knocked off their foundations, but across the border in Mexicali, Mexico, officials say that 2 people were killed in association with the quake, and hundreds of people had to be evacuated from buildings suspected of sustaining structural damage.
With a handshake, Secretary of State George Shultz and his Soviet counterpart sealed an arms deal today, setting the stage for a successful summit. Shultz and Kremlin Foreign Minister Edward Shevardnadze agreed to the first superpower pact, eliminating an entire class of nuclear weapons. But all was not wine and roses. Shultz says there are 2 things they are unable to settle. Shultz says they haven't found a way for Gorbachev to speak to Congress during his visit, and he was unable to win Soviet support for a UN arms embargo against Iran.
Atlantic City Police have charged the next convict with the highway shooting death of 21-year-old Todd Strum. Gene Arnett is a convicted armed robber who had been out of jail a couple of months. Yesterday, Arnett was arraigned on attempted murder charges after allegedly shooting a gas station attendant with a shotgun during a robbery last weekend. The gas station attendant is hospitalized in serious but stable condition. A shotgun was also used to kill Todd Strum. Arnett is being held on $500,000 bond in the Strum shooting and $250,000 bond in the gas station robbery. And the feeling of goodwill towards goodwill seems to have dropped off in the last year.
The people who run the agency which helps the disabled are concerned. Tonight, reporter Rocky Madden tells us you may be able to help.
Goodwill stores are going through some stormy times. Shelves in some departments are almost empty, and officials are worried.
And we don't want to have a crisis. We're trying to avoid a crisis.
The problem is not enough items are being dropped off at collection centers like this. Collections this year are down 14% from 1986. Last month, they dropped 33%. 2/3 of Goodwill's income comes from the sale of donated goods. The money is used to rehabilitate, train, and employ 1,000 disabled people in the St. Louis area.
I'm concerned that if this trend continues, that down the road, possibly in the spring of next year, we could start having difficulty with continuing the level of service we're providing in terms of employment and training for disabled people in St. Louis.
Harry thinks recent changes in the tax laws may have caused people to give less. He reminds taxpayers that if you can itemize, you can still take a deduction.
Goodwill officials are hoping the holiday spirit encourages everyone in the St. Louis area to give and help them avert a potential crisis. Rocky Madden, Channel 2 News, South St. Louis.
Goodwill will gladly accept almost any item, but they are especially in need of small appliances and houseware.
In tonight's Money Matters, news of a big rally on Wall Street. The Dow closing up more than 40 points today. The gain was fueled by a drop in the interest rates in West Germany, France, and the Netherlands.
Radio personalities have been told by the FCC that indecent programming is okay between midnight and 6 in the morning. That's because few children are likely to be tuning in during those times. The same time period applies to indecent TV programs. Today's ruling by the Federal Communications Commission is supposed to clarify April ruling that 3 radio stations were guilty of broadcasting indecent programs.
Straight ahead, we'll hear the contact between pilot and control tower before a deadly crash in Indianapolis.
And we'll take you on a flight to Chicago that gets set for delays, even a cancellation. Find out your rights as an air traveler next in our close-up report, Winging It.
I'm not easily impressed. I figured the new Beretta can't possibly drive as good as they look.
Well, it proved to me wrong. Loretta's twin sport suspension really handled the curve. It felt taut yet smooth and definitely sophisticated. Professionally, it's outstanding. Personally, I'm hooked. Loretta.
Way to endorse our tickets on a new carrier. And that's what you can do if you find your flight has been canceled and another airline is leaving soon. Once you board the new flight, 125, there are more delays.
Apologize for the short delay here. We should be ready to go momentarily. Just finishing up the fueling of the aircraft right now.
Then, after refueling, another delay. The tow tractor to pull the L-1011 away from the gate will not start.
I'm missing a lunch appointment. I therefore had to call Chicago for the special long-distance call and accept another man's plan to have him delay the meeting.
Passengers like Arthur Jericho may suffer some financial losses by missing appointments, but airlines say tough luck. They almost always refuse to pay for losses. So if you have to attend any timely event, allow plenty of leeway in your schedule. At least since we are aboard a jumbo jet, which will eventually fly to Europe, we find there are no problems storing carry-on luggage. But in crowded planes, that has become an increasing hassle. So much so that many airlines are now allowing passengers to carry on only one piece of luggage on crowded flights. Back to the delays. We are pulled out of the gate at 11:18. At 11:32, a half hour late, we leave the runway. The flight attendants on board are courteous and helpful, and in fact, their service is not a major complaint at all among passengers. The second most frequent complaint following delays and cancellations is late or lost luggage. The Department of Transportation says TWA is sixth among major airlines in the number of baggage handling complaints, while Lambert's second largest carrier, Southwest, has among the fewest complaints. While our baggage arrived safely without much of a wait at O'Hare, that was not the case on a flight into St. Louis later in the week. On that trip, the wait for luggage from a TWA flight was 45 minutes. If your baggage is very late, contact airline personnel. They may give you money for emergency purchases or reimburse you later. They pay only reasonable expenses, however. If your luggage is damaged or lost, also contact airline personnel immediately. They usually have a loss limit, though, of $1,250. Keep a list of the airline employees you deal with. You may need them in negotiations with the airline, and it always helps if you have receipts to prove your loss. Tomorrow night, we'll look at how you can deal with other common airline problems so you do not find yourself winging it. Lisa Brown, Channel 2 News. And still ahead, Ron with the forecast.
You've got the number for you to call for our travel weather hotline. Grab a pencil and paper. We'll be back in a moment.
Chevy Truck Month is here. This is the all-new Chevy full-size pickup with more power and payload than Ford. And I think it's better looking. Right now, during Truck Month, your Mid-America Chevy dealers are wheeling dealing on new full-size or S10 Chevy pickups. Plus, you can save up to $1,900 on popular options if you buy now. Over 3,500 trucks to choose from. With the deals your Mid-America Chevy dealers are giving, the competition will be crushed. Happy Thanksgiving from National Supermarket, where Riverside self-facing young turkeys are just 29 cents a pound with purchase. Delicious Jubilee ice cream, half-gallon cartons now 2 for $3. From the fall harvest, Louisiana sweet potatoes, 3 pounds for $1. Stock up on all your Coca-Cola favorites in big 2-liter bottles, only 98 cents each. Plus, wonderful holiday treats in Al Cross's new Insiders Report at National Supermarket, where lower prices mean bigger savings.
Final day to join Dick Danny for just $13 a month. Ends Monday, November 30th.
America's talking about Corona. Success of Corona is welcoming you.
The brave and beautiful Marla.
A one-name phenomenon.
You could have taken anything else, but not my baby.
Geraldo, you'll never know what to expect.
From Fit for Life all the way to the Pritikin Plan, what you can do to lose weight over the fat holiday on the next Geraldo.
Geraldo, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, only on Channel 2.
Well, the travel weather hotline number, again, is still open at 544-5884. And, of course, toll-free. We're answering your phone calls. If you are traveling this Thanksgiving holiday or know someone who will be, pass along our number, toll-free 1-800, the same number, 544-5884. And those who started to travel yesterday had a much better day because today, more than an inch of rain for St. Louis, more than 3 inches for parts of the Channel 2 area, more than 5 inches for Springfield, Missouri, a tornado near Dallas, and they're still having a lot of delays there at the airport, and heavy snows to the north across Wisconsin and Michigan. In the Midwest, it's really a pain. And here's our